So I may have to do with one of my lights. It is what it is. It's like, oh dear, what can the matter be? 7 old ladies were stuck in the lavender. They were there from Sunday till Saturday, and nobody knew that they were there. That's actually a song. There's a lot more lyrics to it than what I just spoke about. And, so, it's going to work this time because back to our already is. Let's see where we go. Here we go. By the way, happy Saturday, everybody. I see my beautiful friend, my beautiful sister, Janine Stutler, is on here. Oof. It's a little warm here today. So I'm going to go back into silence and just have the air conditioning going to keep me going. Haha, here we go. was just thinking about you, Miss Shanda. So here we go, Miss Shanda. You know what? This is what happens for me from time to time. And maybe this is something for me to be consciously aware of, but it just happens for me. But what, a week and a half or so ago, that song started. Here's the magical part is that Shanda was on there. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct, Shanda. Shanda? Shanda. I'm pretty sure it's Shanda. Anyway, I'm me and names. Anyway, so that song started. And then the beginning of this week, when I was playing it, Spirit told me who this song was for. And I went, Shanda, Panda, got you, girl. Thank you. And I realized this was Shanda's song. So a couple days ago, I shot her off a message before I said anything publicly because I personally feel that I want to make sure that the person knows this is what's happening. And so in a few voice messages back and forth, but immediately Shanda said that I knew it when you were playing. That was my song. And I just smiled. I chuckled, actually, yeah. And so I said, we need to find a name. And she goes, Take the Long Way Home. And because there's something about that song is just that feeling, that energy of taking the long way home. And it actually resonates when she said it. And there we go. And just so you guys know, this is, for those who are not on my personal page, this is Shanda Sparkles. If you are not familiar with Shanda, I highly recommend her. She's an astrologist that is fucking off the charts, in my view. The beautiful part is, even before, I'd like to share this with you guys, that even before her song was channeled, Take the Long Way Home. Yeah. That her and I were voice messaging back and forth, or texting, one of the two. And I said, look, I'm coming to Soulful Fest. And I said, I would like to do some recording with you. And I think she was a little surprised by my offer, shall we say, my suggestion. But I know it spoke to her. And then here we are both going to Soulful. And I don't like to pinpoint something, say, this is when we're going to do it, I don't operate that level. It's just, okay, we know this is going to happen. And, because, and when I say this to explain to everybody what's happening, December the 8th to the 10th is Soulful Fest, and it's happening in Houston, Texas. Shanda lives a few hours away. And so I have another friend I was talking to today about Soulful Fest as well, which I had the pleasure of meeting her last summer at Soulful Fest in Mulberry Mountain. And, my friend said, well, maybe you could fly in here, then we could drive to Soulful Fest and back. And I said, no, I can't do that. I said, because I'm in the midst of setting up some concerts before and after Soulful Fest in Houston. And I'm just going to say the word Texas, okay? And, because I want to keep my schedule fluid, because I have this opportunity while I'm there to do some concerts and give the people an opportunity to come and hear what I do. And I also want to collab with a few people, which Shanda is one of those people I want to collab with. And I've learned a few things about her since her and I have been communicating recently about her background. I'm going, no wonder I'm being guided and drawn to this part. She has an amazing voice. Just there's something is just I have not asked many people in this community as of to date where I want to do recordings. I have a beautiful sister who's actually moved closer to me now. She lives just outside of Seattle. Her and I have done some stuff online privately. Why can't I can see her face clear as a bell. She has an amazing voice, but we're going to be what the work her and I are going to be doing is light language. She's going to be speaking and singing in light language only with my music and whatever comes intuitively from her. And that's the people that I want to collab with and see what happens, because it's trusting whatever comes in to come through, not telling me or me telling them, oh, do it this way or do it that way. It doesn't work that way with me. I cannot operate on that level. I had a beautiful sister, Suzanne Amara. I've known Suzanne, got over 3 years now. And she's one of the people who was a catalyst and me coming into many aspects of myself. For example, she told me, Ernie, you're an alchemist. And I went, no, not me. Just no. No, she goes, you are. And then August of 2021, I, with my beautiful friend, she's a personal friend. We've been friends for years now. And there's nothing that she is not of. She operates and lives and breathes. Her entire life has been this way. It is just, I'm in awe of her. But, oh yeah, and I was saying to Deb about being an alchemist. And so in our discussion, she got out the dictionary and read what an alchemist was. Because only if something resonates with me, I can speak of it. If it doesn't resonate with me, I cannot speak of it. And I went, fuck yeah. So it was just like, and once I was consciously aware, like, fuck, that resonates within me. And then within like days, I embodied that part of myself, which in turn shifted me massively. And it's been my journey in the last 2 years is just, it's been fucking unbelievable. And, and that's the thing, when we step into who we truly are, and it's like, own who we are and not holding back. And what I've been finding with myself is that this year has been just phenomenal, me and how I express and channel light language, because what I do is light language, just in case you guys are not aware. Language of the heart, light language. And it's a feeling you get when you listen to anybody, no matter if they speak or sing or what I do, you feel it. It's a language that resonates within or vibrates within our souls. And that's where my music, I'm very humbled by this. I don't speak of it very often, is that I've been put here on this planet. I could say the word raise the vibration, but what my music does for people, it vibrates within their heart, within their soul, to activate them to themselves. I'm a catalyst, just like Suzanne and many others that I've met over the years. The last, because I've only been around this community specifically in the last three and a half years, exactly 3.5 years. My beautiful longtime sister, Jade Rader, was on with Todd Medina in January of 2020. That's how I met Todd. That is how I got connected to this amazing community. I also know there's a lot of people in this community who are not familiar with Mr. Todd Medina, nor which he is this. He was given the name Sology and told what to do with it, which he brings people like myself and Shanda and many others to come on and speak of who we are and what we do. And it's brought so many of us together. And that's one thing I'm so appreciative for internet, as much as we know our frustrations with Facebook and other platforms. But if it wasn't for them, we would have not have found each other. And I'm so appreciative for connecting with so many people all around the world. It sort of feels like I know more people. Started out that I was knowing more people in the UK than I did here. And by the way, speaking of the UK, a beautiful sister, Lisa Marie, she mentioned to me a while ago, and then a week or two ago she posted that she found a property that she's having a festival, and she's invited me to go to the UK to be part of this festival. So that's next June, June 2024. So I feel like things are just on the cusp of unfolding, and going back in full circle of this is everything I've always done up to this point has been magical, but something has shifted in me that I'm trusting myself at a level I've never trusted myself in everything I get to express. And my music's always had depth and soul, absolutely, but it's gone to another level. Like, wow. This one here is from another brother, which was channeled about a year ago. And he was doing a live. His name is Robbie Watson. And this is his song, and it's called Portal to Divinity. Here we go. Yeah, it's called Portal to Divinity. Um, I can never play a song exactly the same twice because you can't feel the exact same way twice. You can't. It's impossible. It may be similar in some aspects, but you know, here's another one that was channeled. Just before Soulgy, so flipped, just by the way, Soulgy has his own network now, so it's soulgynetwork.com. You just type that in and you'll go into our site. By the end of this month, I believe, if I remember correctly, Todd mentioned that you're very welcome, Shannon. I'm very honored and flattered to do what I do. Well, always. I love what I do, to be quite honest. And there's nothing nicer than doing something that you love to do. But, so, just before Soulgy went live on its own network, so in March sometime, before we flipped over, Todd had this amazing lady on, which I connect with her. She's known who I am, but I didn't know who she was, and she was, her and I were chatting, and then she was going to be on Todd. I said, I'm going to be watching this, right? And just every word she spoke, it was like, holy shit. And so while she's sharing, her song unfolded while the interview was happening. And her song was called Charmony, and it goes like this. it's, when I say this, is that Charmony song. Her name is Charmony Ghana, and I just called it Charmony. To be quite honest, Shanda, I was going to call your song Shanda. Not very often that I channel people's energies, but it happens. Last year, I moved into this place here, beginning of March, basically speaking. And I had met this lady a good year prior to, a good year plus. Her name is Sarah Jane Walsh. There's a few Sarah Janes in our community, everybody. We got a couple of them. But this one is Sarah Jane Walsh. As I share this part of her story, that she's always been connected to Mary Magdalene and Jesus, or Joshua, whatever you prefer. And in August, I believe it was September 2021, I believe it was, she got COVID, and she damn near died. And she made an agreement with Joshua that he would do her work, because she didn't want to leave. She has two boys. They're younger men, in their teens. And so she's embodied Jesus. And then in January of last year, 2022, Sarah and I spoke for the first time. It was the most beautiful conversation I've ever had with anybody. And then I moved in here in end of February, actually, beginning of March. I'll just say March 1st for the sake of it. First thing I did was set up my studio, which has been in the same spot, because I got this amazing window here that my view is just phenomenal. Like trees, it's just phenomenal. So Sarah and I have a private sacred space. It's totally complete of the Christ consciousness. And a lot happened in that, with Sarah and I hanging out there together. And one of the things that happened this particular day, this song started. And because what I've learned for myself is that when a song starts, I stay with it until it's whatever it's going to be. And the song started, and I finished it, and I said, Sarah, I think that's your song. She goes, yeah, it is. And it was actually Jesus' gift to her for Valentine's Day. And I was the vehicle. And so this is called Sarah's Sacred Heart. Here we go. played this one a while. This one's called The House in the Hill. It's about the house I was born and raised in. I'm actually from Prince Edward Island. If you guys are not familiar with Prince Edward Island, you may be familiar with Anne of Green Gables. Anne of Green Gables was written by Lucy Maud Montgomery, which is born and raised on Prince Edward Island. It's on the far, far east coast of Canada, further east than Maine. Maine is on the borders onto New Brunswick. Then you get into Nova Scotia. Then I'm farther east of that. And so I was born and raised in a farm community called Norborough. And this one was channeled in the last year. Here we go. Okay. I had no idea. Whoops. Sorry. I had no idea how long I was on here until I just looked now. Wow. An hour and 45 minutes by the time I sign off here. So no wonder I'm starting to feel a little tired. So on that note, everybody, I'm going to go to quiet now. Thank you for hanging out with me an hour later. Um, I appreciate it very, very much. I love what I get to do. I love sharing. And it's always here for you guys whenever you need it. Whenever you need it. My music is always here for you. And I can't wait till I come into your community where you live and do a concert so you guys can come and hang out and experience this in person because, yeah, I'm chuckling to myself. Um, is Most of us really care about the quality of our sound. That speaker that you see right there, that's a portable battery operated Bose speaker. I'm going to be getting a Bose 32, which is 32 speakers. It's a for concerts. It'll just fill a room just. So I'm going to be investing in that next month, and so to to experience me in person in a concert, it's going to be fucking magical. There's just no other word. It's going to be fucking magical. And I can't wait. I can't wait to meet some of you guys, which are going to meet more people this December, the 8th to the 10th. Todd is talking also about having workshops that whole week before the festival. So he's got a lot cooking. And so, yeah, there's a lot happening. So I'm looking forward to going to Texas. And I want to be cheeky and, the cowboyish, I'm coming to tech. I can't do it right now. Usually I can, but right now I can't do it. But anyway, I was going to try and do the Texas accent, but ain't going to work. Chances are me hanging out with you guys. I'm planning to be in Texas for a couple of weeks. And I'll be picking up on your accent. I'll start twanging it. Anyway, hugs and loves, everybody. I'll see you guys all soon. And have a good evening. Shonda, my beautiful sister, good night, because I know it's bedtime for you. I was going to play one song, but I went, nope. Shonda's going to bed. She doesn't need to be activated at this hour of the night. That's for another day. Anyway, hugs and loves, everybody. I'll see you guys soon. Okay, good night.